Alright guys, this is Eric back from Bloat Games. This is part 2 of my review of Red and Pleasant Land. Um, the first portion was spoiler free. I just kind of gave you my thoughts, a little bit about the quality of the book, nothing about what's in the content at all. Alright, so if you have any interest in that, zip on back, check out part 1. Alright, now from here on out, I'm going to be spoiling some stuff. So if you don't know anything about this or you don't want to know anything about this, don't watch, because I'm going to be talking about some stuff in particular that will spoil some. I'm not going to give it all away. I'd never do that, but just some information that I want to review and tell you about. All right, first off, obviously you can see by the cover of the book. The book is based on Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. The book is also based off Bram Stoker's Dracula. In the book, they have the Red King, and the Red King is Dracula. And he is battling the Queen of Hearts, who's kind of the main protagonist in the back of, or in the Alice in Wonderland series. But let's see, find the Red King here for you. Show you a picture of him. There he is. Alright. So there's Dracula. This whole book takes place in a land called Voivodia, which is the land of unreason. Kind of a lot of what happens in it is there is anything that is normal is kind of turned on its head. So if you were to insult somebody, like if you were to talk about, like, say the worst thing in the world you could say about a person, it'd be completely overlooked. But if you said something small and inconsequential that nobody should be mad about, it would be a huge deal. So this book has its own logic in the setting, and it holds to it very, very well. The book is really about 4 clans of warring vampires. Okay, so you got your Hearts, which is like the Dracula, or the Queen of Hearts rather. Then you got the Red King, the Pale King, and I knew I'd forget the other one. And the Colorless. Okay, that's what. Yeah, the Pale and the Colorless. It gets confusing, and it's specifically confusing. He says in here several times that this is specifically meant to confuse and disorient the characters. Okay, so this functions best as a place where your characters who are adventuring, for higher level characters, I highly recommend this and going there for the first time, and it will be disorienting, and it's meant to be. All right. Like I said, this is basically a war of vampires, and now the problem is that all of the land is divided up by kind of into squares by like rivers and stuff, and vampires can't knowingly or willingly cross a river, so they call it the slow war. And so they have all these messengers that go back and forth, and that's where the other characters from Alice in Wonderland come in. So you got like the Mad Hatter, you got the Hare, you got there's even like a Humpty Dumpty guy who's in here. You got all kinds of stuff. Then you got unicorns, the Sphinx. You got puddings that you can that will attack you, and the only way to defeat a pudding is to eat it, because otherwise it will burn you. So if you eat it, the saliva in your mouth, or if you cut it with porcelain, it won't burn you. Everything else, it'll burn like acid. Just crazy imaginative stuff. And he stats out numerous different characters and different things. He's got and each of the 4 factions has their own kind of logic. So like if you run into one of the factions, if you don't have anything to say to them, they'll just tax you, and they'll tax you random stuff. So it'll be like if they may have a selling tax. So for anybody who knows how to sell a boat, they may tax you. And he gives you multiple tables in here that you can roll on and use a kind of against in 4 players. All right, he has the Alice as a player class in here. So if one of the characters that you take into Voivodia dies, you can make an Alice, and she is her own class and has her own, kind of set guidelines. There is different things that go on. Show you some of Zach's art. So different places you can go. If you get back here, here's one of the taxes. Consumption tax. A D100 per party member with tuberculosis or anyone looking won or withdrawn. So you can, tax them for that. Or poor tax. D100 go pieces for each member unable to produce D100 or D100 go pieces. A knuckle fee. D100 per knuckle. An income tax. D100 go pieces per each party member for entering an interior. Just all kinds of very interesting things. It has rules for growing and shrinking in size. It has just random stuff for makeup like instant location, so you can do all that. The key to this book though is the interaction between the players and the NPCs. Now, one thing I want to talk about, because there's vampires in this, and because a lot of the creatures that are in this are kind of vampire based, there's a lot of things that will cause your players to lose levels. So if you have a group that has issues with losing levels, don't play in this. This is not where you want to be. All right, a lot of the effects of spells and stuff will cause them to lose levels. So this is more of a group that is willing to play smart and learn the logic of the game world that they're in and play through that way. We'll have a ton of fun in this book because it's a great setting with a unique twist and a unique spin on things. But if your group is just the group that storms the dungeons and kills everything in sight, they are not going to last in here at all. This is a very deadly setting, and it can just plow through and give total party kills, in a heartbeat. So I don't want to spoil anymore, but I just really want to drive home the fact that I can't recommend this book enough. I'm so pleased that I got it. Again, I heard about this book from Questing Beast, and I'm going to put his video below in this video as well, if I haven't already said that. And go check out his review. His review is what made me want to buy it. He does read some excerpts of the text and stuff. The writing in this is top notch. The art is uniquely twisted and beautiful in its own way. So definitely check it out. Again, this is a Lamentations of the Flame Princess optional setting, A Red and Pleasant Land by Zach S. Thanks guys for watching.